everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about my biggest flips so far for the year of 2025. We are approaching the end of the month here in January, and I wanted to kind of cover the biggest flips that I've sold recently and, where I got them from and like basically how much profit I made on them. So if that is something that is interesting to you, definitely keep watching. You might learn a brand or two that maybe you should pick up that has been, that sells pretty well for me. Okay, so this first piece is actually an express fake leather jacket. This sold pretty quickly. I had it listed for a couple weeks and it sold for $42, and this was a piece I actually sold for somebody else. But however, the profits are pretty high on this piece because it sold pretty well, and it was in basically brand new condition, so that was a really good sale to have made. These next sneakers are actually a sneaker that I bought back in probably 2019 or 2020, and I wore for like a year or so, and then I kind of stopped wearing them. And they are a G by Guess sneaker, and they're really nice sneakers. I just didn't really have a purpose for them anymore, but I sold them for $20, which is pretty great because I think I actually purchased them for around that price, back when I purchased them. So to think I made that much money off of them is actually pretty decent, and I was pretty happy to have sold them for that price. Okay, this next one is a Weatherproof, which is the brand, quilted vest. Puffer vest, and vests are selling a lot recently. I've been noticing that. This one sold for $25. This one I actually got as a donation from a family friend, so this was all profits on this piece, and again, that is a pretty good price point for a winter vest. It was in very good condition, and I think that person will definitely get a lot of use out of it. So don't sleep on vests. They don't really take up too much room in your inventory, and they definitely do sell. I love selling vests, and I always pick them up when I can. Okay, this next pair of pants was a pajama pair of plaid Land's End pants. These sold for $17, which these I had picked up at the Goodwill bins, so I paid $1 for them. So I had a pretty good profit on them, and again, I wasn't really expecting a pair of pajama pants to sell for that good of a price, but I'm not, upset about it. I'm pretty happy that I sold them for that much, and I will definitely continue to pick up plaid pants. I think they do sell, like, pajama pants. I've sold a couple this season so far, and I would have thought those would really only sell in, like, December and, like, Christmas time, but they definitely sell after, and so I will continue to source those if I come across them. Okay, this next pair is a PacSun pair of chocolate brown flare pants. They're like a jean. They were brand new with tag, and they sold for $25, which I got these at the bins, so I got them for around $1, and so I made some good profits on them. I wasn't really expecting them to sell that high just because they are a smaller size, but they are new with tag, and the original price is pretty high, and this chocolate brown is a very popular color, and the flare is also very popular, so I'm kind of not surprised that they sold, but I'm also surprised because of the size. But I was pretty happy with this sale, and I will definitely continue to source these if I come across something similar in the future. Okay, this next pair was a pair of Uggs, and they are like a leather / waterproof, style, and it's a very like not common style of Uggs. Normally you get like the suede material. So these sold for $25, and these sold for $75, and they're not in perfect condition, but I think that's like the beauty of them because they're like weatherproof, so you can kind of wear them in whatever weather and they still last, and they're very comfortable. I really wanted to keep them for myself, but I knew that they would sell better than the amount of times that I would wear them, and I ended up picking these up at a garage sale, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, so I was really happy that they were sold and that they have found a new home. And so, yeah, I mean, I love selling Uggs. I've talked about plenty of times how Uggs always sell, and I continue to source them. I actually have a couple in my closet now that I will definitely, keep relisting until they sell, and I'll continue to pick them up as I see them. Okay, the next pair of shoes that sold were these silver heels. These are great for a wedding or a formal event that you have going on. These sold for $63. These were given to me by a family friend, and so again, this was mainly just profits on this piece. They sold really well. They were new in box, and they were like a stunning heel, and again, somebody out there would definitely love these, and they'd be great for any fancy event, and like, I think the original price on these was a lot higher than $63, so they definitely got a good deal, while I also made some good profits on them. Okay, this next pair of shoes was actually a pair of shoes I had in my personal closet. They were a white chunky heel with like a square toe with the braided strap. And now I wore these a couple times to, you know, bridal showers or weddings or things like that, but they just really hurt my feet. And, you know, I'm really picky with shoes because I can't do heels, I can't do things that aren't comfortable. I get blisters really easily, and I actually remember wearing these and getting like major blisters, and that was when I knew I needed to list them because they weren't comfortable for me. But somebody else could have really liked them, and so I listed them. I think I got them on Amazon originally, and I think I paid like, I don't know, not a lot for them, and probably like low 20s, and I sold them for 20. So that really means that I didn't really lose that much out on them, and I got my wear in for the, you know, the few times that I wore them. So I was really happy that these sold for that amount. I wasn't really expecting that, but they were in really good condition because I didn't wear them that many times or for that long. So this was a great sale. This was a great sale that I made. Okay, so that is all of the top. That is all the biggest flips that I've made so far this year. So let me know down below how this year is going so far for you, and let me know what items have sold the most for you, what your biggest flips are. I am definitely curious to know what pieces you're selling really well. Also, let me know what your best finds are if you've gone thrifting so far this year. I have not actually gone yet, and I feel like I really want to go, but I've had a lot of things stockpiled as, you know, donations that I got or things that I'm selling for other people. So I really haven't had to go thrifting in a long time, but I would definitely love to go, you know, back to the thrift store and get some new pieces for the year. So let me know what your greatest and latest Goodwill or thrift finds are, and maybe what pieces have sold, you know, really well for you so far that you've also thrifted. And if you want to see another video on some reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to, you know, make them sell a little faster, I know there's always things that we can do to improve our listings, and, you know, there's always different things that we can change that can make our listings a little bit better. I made a video that I will link up here, but also, you know, I have a whole playlist on those videos as well that I just find them to be so helpful, and I know a lot of you really love those videos as well. So if you want to see that video on reasons why your listings aren't selling, you can click here. And if you want to see a video on the future of reselling on Poshmark in 2025 and what you should really be focusing on this year, what's going to be really important to really maximize your sales and, you know, have the most success on the platform, different tips that you should be following that, you know, Poshmark is going to be pushing, and, you know, what's going to really help you in the algorithm, you could click right here. That video is really helpful to make sure that you're aware of those things. And also, if you're new to the platform and you haven't been around for quite some time, these are things that if you do, you will definitely have more sales, you know, for the year, and you'll have more luck for the year. But until next time, I will see you then.